Hi, I'm Jeff Tangney. I'm president and co-founder of Epocrates, and we're really excited to be considered for an ABL award this year. Thanks for inviting us. A bit about Epocrates. We are the leader in mobile technology for doctors. If you see a doctor carrying around a little mobile device, chances are they're using it to access our information. We are the most trusted, most used source of information really of any type by doctors in the United States today. We have more than 1 in 3 U.S. physicians as active users. We've been around now for a little more than 10 years. We are by doctors for doctors, really answering the questions that they have. You know, does this drug interact with another drug? Is this drug covered by this patient's insurance plan? How do I calculate the dose for this patient based on their weight and size or body surface area? Is this lab test value too high, too low? What does this constellation of symptoms mean? Might it be this diagnosis or another? One of our doctors referred to it as his peripheral brain, which we think is a nice way of recapping what we try to be for our physicians. We're very convenient. We do keep all of our information up to date. It's easy to carry around with them, and the iPhone has been a terrific hit for us. We're actually over 100,000 doctors now already using Epocrates actively on iPhones. And really the bottom line for us and our 250 employees is the positive impact that we've been able to have by doing what we do. We've done studies now with Harvard Medical School and others showing that we help avoid over 4 million adverse drug events per year as a result of our software and interactions. We've been profitable as a company now for a number of years, and we believe we've also helped lower the overall cost of the healthcare industry, which, as we know, is a big problem for the U.S. these days. So I'm going to leave you with a brief interview we did on Fox News. But again, thanks for inviting us to the ABL Awards. We're terrifically excited to be considered for such a prestigious group.
Well, it's a program almost every doctor and med student has on their smartphones, and I bet you didn't realize it. It's called Epocrates, and it's an application that brings its users' healthcare information right to their fingertips. Given the recent FDA warning on Tylenol and other painkillers, this app may be handy for consumers as well. Joining us now is Jeff Tangney. He is the president and COO of Epocrates. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in, Jeff. Now, bottom line, the easiest way to explain this program to people, and I know you've got a little cell phone right there to show us, but is that if you want to send a prescription to the pharmacy, you can do it lickety-split by just putting it in on your iPhone.
That's correct, and actually doctors can also look up disease information and whether your lab test values might be too high or too low. So all the things that doctors need to keep top of mind as they're seeing and going from patient room to patient room, we help them with.
So basically all they need is their smartphone, right?
Well, in many, many years of medical education, but there's no doubt, over 1 in 3 U.S. physicians are active users of our software. Epocrates is now the leader in mobile software for doctors. We've done studies showing that we help avoid over 4 million adverse drug events per year in the United States.
Well, that's the key.
Alone.
Let me stop you right there, because so many of the lawsuits that we hear about happen if they're legitimate lawsuits. A lot of them, of course, are frivolous, but if they're legitimate, a lot of it has to do with prescription drugs, because that is really the main way in which healthcare works nowadays, is through drugs. So if you combine the wrong medication, you can have some serious injuries that lead to lawsuits and deaths.
It's true. I mean, the Institute of Medicine reported a few years ago that the 8th leading cause of death in the United States is adverse drug events. So it's important, when you have over 3,000 different prescribed medications, when you have 50 different versions just of Tylenol, each with different active ingredients, when you have products out in the market like St. John's wort, if you're a patient taking St. John's wort, it may actually interact with the other drugs that you're taking.
This is an over-the-counter drug. It's a supplement that a lot of people take. So just basically speaking, if I'm going to prescribe some kind of medication to a patient, I'll look it up on the website, and it'll show me all the other drugs that it has adverse effects to or with.
That's correct. And even in cases where the patient walks in and is having muscle pain, it can help diagnose that problem by seeing what their lab test values are, what different drugs they're taking that might be causing it. And it really is a big time saver for doctors as well. Keep in mind, doctors see another patient every 8 minutes all day long, right? And they don't have time to go thumb through textbooks and do it the old-fashioned way. And so we're really proud. Our software has been shown to save about 5 million hours of physician time a year. And when you think about the savings to the health industry of that kind of savings,
well, and the main thing is the savings of lives, and
exactly.
It's impossible to calculate how many there are there. How much does your software cost the doctor?
Sure. About $150 a year for our primary service, although the drug reference part we offer for free. And so consumers, patients, nurses, anyone can go to our website.
So if you don't trust your doctor, if it's a new doctor, no, seriously, a lot of people don't trust their doctors anymore, or at least they're recommended to another doctor they may not know.
Right.
You can check it yourself.
Right. I would say two things for the patients in the audience out there. First, yes, you can go check on your own on our website, Epocrates.com, but also be sure you tell your doctor about what over-the-counter drugs you might be taking, because I think as we've seen with all these celebrity deaths and everything else, drug interactions are a serious problem, and your doctor needs to be fully informed.
Epocrates.com, by the way, it's EPOCRATES.com.
Yes.
And how do you make money besides the $100 and some that it costs to subscribe?
Yeah, so our company's been very financially healthy. We are privately held. We've grown very nicely. The iPhone has been a big hit for us. We make our money primarily by having doctors, pay for our software and having other sorts of sponsorship. So you can actually do surveys with doctors.
Pharmaceutical sponsorship?
We do have some pharmaceutical sponsorship.
That's not a little bit of a conflict of interest there?
Not the way we handle it. Just as New England Journal of Medicine and JAMA have clearly identified pharmaceutical sponsorship, we do as well, and in a way that we believe is helpful for the doctor. We have breaking news that they can sign up for in their specialty, sponsored by various companies.
Helpful for the doctor and the patient. Jeff Tangney, great to see you, Jeff. Congratulations.
Thanks for having me. Thanks.
Great program.